Oh man, I know I didn't go live yesterday. I'm on vacation, man. Shit. So I'm trying to balance getting shit done while I don't have work, while also relaxing. You dig? So I went and got me a room at Cambria downtown Phoenix. That motherfucker's pretty nice. I will say, for a hotel as nice as it is, no microwaves in the room. Like it's legit one microwave on the first floor that you can use, and I stayed on the fifth, so going up and down, that's kind of inconvenient. Other than that though, nice ass hotel. One hack that I fucking didn't realize, and I don't see how it took me this long, but if you just actually sign up to be a member of the app or website for that particular hotel, they'll give you discounts on the rooms, like just a straight out automatic discount. And then I was only gonna get 1 day, and right before, a couple hours before I checked out, they sent me a text message like, "Yo, if you want to stay one more night, 2 more nights, we'll give you an even bigger discount." So I was like, "All right, shit, let's get it popping." So like I'm getting, it's like $100 a night rooms, and they was giving it to me for like $60-$70. So can't beat that. Didn't have continental breakfast, but most of the hotels downtown are like that, I guess. I didn't really realize that. Also, parking. I got lucky. I found some free parking spots, but normally, if you get a hotel downtown, those hotels do not have their own parking lots, or at least free ones. So you got a valet park, and valet parking is like $40 to $50 a night, which is crazy. So you gotta take that into consideration. Anyway, that's not what this video about. This video is about, or this live is about, making the most out of your life. And the best way to do that is turn your life into a movie. Yes. Now, I will say there's a lot of people talking about the whole main character syndrome, which this isn't necessarily what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not saying be selfish and just be like self-centered. That's not the goal of what I'm talking about as far as making your life a movie. I'm more so saying you need to make the most out of your life and the easiest way to do that is to pretend that you are the main character in a movie. But actually no, don't even imagine you're watching your own life as a spectator. So like you're at the movies, you're in the audience, you're watching a movie. That movie is your life. Now, every decision you make should make that movie, your life, more interesting. So as an audience member, like right now, today, like what are the audience members screaming at you right now to do to make this movie better, a better watch for them? So like, let's say you've been planning on getting in shape for however the fuck long, and you just, what I'm saying, you ain't stepped foot inside the gym. The audience probably screaming at your fat ass like, "Yo, every day, man, you drive by like 6 gyms. Just fucking go in there, get you a membership at least. Take the first step at least." You know what I'm saying? It could be that. It could be, let's say you got a crush, like a work crush or a school crush. You see that motherfucker every single day, and you never make a move. Guess what? The audience member is dying. They waiting for you to like say something to her. Say something. Like shoot your shot. If you get rejected, cool, whatever. Like it at least makes the movie more interesting to watch. Like nobody wants to have a boring ass life, bro. And no one wants to watch a boring ass movie. Like, you know how disappointing it would be for you to pay money to go to the movies, and it's just like an autobiography about somebody's life, and all you get to see them do is wake up, go to work, go home, watch some fucking TV, and then go to sleep. And they just do that every day for years. And then every once in a while, they hit some hiccups, bumps in the road. They have some car problems. They get into a relationship here and there. Shit don't work out. They break up, get into a new one. That shit boring as fuck. Don't nobody want to watch that. You don't want to watch that. So why are you living a life that you would even enjoy watching from the outside looking in? So that's how you got to look at it. If it's your world and we just living in it, vice versa. Yeah, pretty much. And then appreciate loving that perspective. And then we are the author. Yeah, you the author of your own movie. So it's like, make it a good one. And I always kind of had this thought in the back of my mind. Like, this came to fruition because I saw a video of someone basically saying that, like, if you were in the audience watching a movie of your life, like, what are you screaming at the main character to do right now, today? And whatever that is, you probably should get on it, like, right now, today. Like, don't even make plans to do it. Like, just go do it right now. And I had to put myself in those shoes because, like, when I was younger, I wanted to be a bunch of shit that my parents kind of immediately shut down. Like, I wanted to be a chef, wanted to be a rapper, wanted to be an actor, wanted to be a comedian. I just wanted to do all these things. You know, my parents kind of like, nah, go to school first, and then you can look into that other shit, because you probably, you know, it's hard. It's hard to be successful doing something non-traditional. But it's also hard to be successful if all you got is a fucking job. That's one of those things they didn't tell me until later on in life. Like, I remember my pops telling me, like, yo, I was a truck driver at the time. And he was like, you know, that shit kind of dangerous, and, you know, ain't really no upward mobility as far as driving trucks. Like, you could just drive more or buy your own truck. But other than that, you just gonna be on the road driving. And he was like, man, you should try to get into this real estate thing, because he was doing real estate at the time. And I never really, I always heard, you know, real estate creates the most millionaires, blah, blah, blah. Every millionaire, billionaire owns a shit ton of real estate. So I already knew this as a guy that's interested in finance and getting that money and wealth and whatnot. But, oh, appreciate it. Everything. Appreciate it. What was this? Salem Silver Spoon? Yeah. Well, my pops was like, yo, get off the road and get into this real estate. It's way easier once you learn it. But he didn't teach me shit about that, because he was self-taught. And he didn't have, I say, the confidence to teach me how to do it. And he didn't want to teach me the wrong shit. So he just was like, yo, just hop on YouTube. He'd give me a couple YouTubers. He's like, yeah, follow these guys. They know what they're talking about. And I'm like, all right, shit. So, like, I started doing that. And I went down that path. I got almost to the part where, like, I was approved for a loan and everything. Had my credit up, was talking to banks. Actually had, like, a real estate investor helping me, like, damn near holding my hand through the process. And I got to the point of, like, they gave me, like, a variable interest rate. And he was like, man, don't do that. Variable interest is not what you want, especially on your first property. And this was before, this is years ago. So it's probably like 2-3 years before COVID, maybe even 4. So I'm glad I did not do that, because that kind of would have fucked me. But yeah, stuff like that. And like I was saying, I wanted to be so many things growing up, and I didn't become any of that shit, honestly. And I've always more so had the thought of, like I said, I wanted to be a comedian. That's where I was going with this. So I leaned on not biting my tongue when it came to saying something funny, especially in the moment. Because I don't know if this is a guy thing or if it's just like a funny person thing. Like, if you're a natural comedian, I don't know if this bugs y'all the same way it bugs me, but, like, I hate thinking of something hilarious in the moment, but for whatever reason I don't say it, and then, like, I try to, like, say it at a later point in time, and it just doesn't hit like it should have if I would have just said it earlier. Like, the timing matters a lot for comedy. So I grew up with, yo, if I think of something funny right now, I have to say it right now in the moment. And because of that, I've actually got, now granted, I'm gonna say some off the wall shit from time to time. That's just how my mind works. But it makes you a more likable person, I'll say, because the jokes that I would say, they didn't seem forced. Like, I'm not just out here trying to get attention. It was just more so like, hey, this is a funny thought I just had. I'm sure the people around me will also think this is funny. Let me go ahead and say that. And that worked out for me as far as building relationships and networking, because now I'm a person that people want to be around just because, like, oh, he's funny. Cool. And like in any aspect of your life, people gonna use you for something. So like, be used for something that you don't mind being used for. So like, if you just hanging around me because you, I don't know, you like how you feel when you around me, whatever, that's cool. I don't mind being used for that. Like, I'm entertaining. Cool, bet. I'd rather be used for that than you use me like a bank, and every time you see me, you got your fucking hand out asking me for money. So go ahead, use me for my personality. That's cool. But that ties in with the whole treat your life like a movie. You know what I'm saying? And to go with that, as far as saying jokes when I say it, I think of storytelling. So when I was younger, for sure, like high school, college, especially, I would live my life in a way to where, let's say I'm out with my homeboys and we doing some stupid shit. There's a gauge, there's a level of stupidness that we would get to. And I would tell myself, like, okay, we going out this weekend, we just fucking around. On Monday, when I go to work and my coworkers ask me what I did over the weekend, what would make the best answer? Like, what's the most interesting answer that I can give that isn't a lie? That's crucial. So I'm like, okay, if I do this, and this, let's say I'm just walking down the street and I don't know, I walk by 2 midgets on a date. Cool. First thing on my mind, crack a joke. Not only that, I'm gonna say it loud enough that everybody can hear it. The midget's gonna hear me crack this joke. So I'm like, bet. That adds to the story. That makes the story of my weekend a little bit more interesting. Midgets hear me. Maybe one of these midgets get mad and they wanna throw some hands, some little mini micro hands. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna fuck these 2 midgets up. So now that just made the story even better. Even better. And now it's getting to the point where it's like, all right, like now, like in the midst of this fight, what would make the story better? I was like, how about I just pick one midget up and beat the other one with him? Bow. So now I'm living an unbelievable life at this moment, because when I tell this story, people aren't going to believe me because it sounds ridiculous as fuck. But if I actually did it for real, then there's going to be some type of evidence that this really happened. Like, maybe my buddy's gonna film it while it's happening. Maybe we're gonna take a picture. Maybe like at the end of this, I apologize, like, you know what, my bad, I was tripping. You know, we all cool now. And then me and these 2 midgets, we go out and like to the club or some shit, or we go, I don't know, to the gym, or I don't know what midgets like to do. We go to McDonald's and go play in the ball pit, whatever. Now I got me and this picture of 2 midgets on my IG page, and I got a story behind it that's interesting as fuck. That adds to my movie. That's part of the script now. Act 1, Act 2. So that's what you need to do. Now, I'm not saying like do some ridiculous shit that's gonna ruin your life, but there's already things that you want to do, and there's things that you are thinking about and have been thinking about for a long time that would make your life way more interesting than it is right now. Go do that shit. Because I can tell you right now, like, my biggest fear for like the longest is just having a mediocre ass life. Like, I don't want my life to be like yours and everyone else's. Like, especially, and I used to feel that shit every couple years, like bad. Like, my whole body, essence, everything, I'll feel that shit from head to toe. And it would just be like, man, I hate my fucking life right now, but I know I can make it better. I just gotta do that shit. And I first started feeling that shit, I'd probably say not necessarily middle school, because I was still a kid. So like, I wasn't planning on dying anytime soon back then. So like, I knew I had time to make my life better. But high school, for sure. Like, junior year, I tell you, Like, I couldn't wait for senior year to have senioritis. Like, I caught that shit junior year. Like, I was like, this shit is stupid. Like, I don't care about any of this. Like, none of this shit matters. I know the stuff I'm learning, I'm not gonna fucking use a couple years from now. Like, even when it came to sports, like, I just stopped giving a fuck. Like, and I played everything, like basketball, football, track, tennis. Did I play something else? Yeah, that's mainly everything. But like, I just slowly, one by one, just started quitting like every sport. I was like, I think I quit basketball first. I think I quit football next, and then track. I got kicked off the track team. I just wasn't showing up to practice. And then played tennis half-ass. I really didn't give a fuck about that when I started. So I probably played one match and then quit that. And it was because I knew I wasn't taking that any further than high school. Like, I had no goals of playing ball in college because I had really no goals of going to the league. And 80% of that was because, like, I knew I wasn't good enough to make it to the league. Now, granted, you in high school, most high school kids not good enough to play in the league. So you won't get that good until college anyway. But the fact that I was actually playing alongside motherfuckers that actually ended up going to the league, and I was nowhere near their skill level, I was like, oh, you know what? That gap is fucking huge. I'd rather focus on something I have a passion for, because sports was always just something that was fun. I'm competitive. That's as far as it went for me. Like, I never tied sports and money together. So, like, for me, I wanted to be rich, but I never thought I'd get rich playing sports. So, if I was playing, it was for fun and exercise. That was it. It's like that. And how old am I? I'm 35. Texolin, blah 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 blah. Yeah, 35. And it's in the middle of 9 and 11. I was 10. But what's up, y'all? But yeah. So yeah, sports was, I never tied sports and money together, and like I always had a passion for music. So for me, music was my gateway to $1 million. Like back then, that's all I could really think about was getting rich as fuck. And granted, I did want the lifestyle too. Like I wanted to travel the world, performing, fucking groupies. I mean, I didn't really care about drugs and alcohol like that. So like, I'd probably play, like I started in high school, you know, I dabbled a little bit, but I don't know, it wasn't really something I was super into. Like I never gave a fuck about not being sober on a consistent basis. Like I kind of wanted to be in my right mind, and that was part of my adding to my story or my movie as well, because like I said, like I was the funny guy for a long time, because I would just say off the wall shit, whatever popped into my head, like no filter, I'm saying that shit. And I didn't want to give credit to drugs or alcohol for my personality. So like, you heard the funniest joke you've ever heard, and it came from me, that was 100% me. Like I didn't say that shit because I was drunk. I didn't say that shit because I was high. Like that was me. That's just how my brain naturally works. So however funny you think I am in that moment, I am that funny all the fucking time. So that's my biggest thing, drugs and alcohol. So like, I don't like giving credit to other people for shit that came from me, which is another reason why back in the days, like I was super against like rappers that had ghostwriters and shit, which would be a video for another day. And but yeah, make your life a movie and make that motherfucking interesting as fuck. So I'll give you examples for me right now. I've been planning this trip to Rio for probably 2 years now. Damn, basically since I came back from Tokyo. So, and that trip I was planning for years, and I finally just had a coworker, older guy, man, telling me like how he wanted to go, but he couldn't because he had to save up the money to take his whole family with him, because you know it'd be kind of a dick move, fly across the country, fly across the world by yourself, have some fun, and then come back and then just give your kids a fucking, I don't know, Pikachu doll or some shit. So he want to take his whole fam, but he was suggesting to me I should just go because I don't got a family. I ain't got to worry about that. So I was like, all right, you know, I dipped my toe in the water first fuck, I was like 21, 22 when I did that. And what was I saying? Yeah, I was 21, 22 when I did that. And then when I finally left the country again, it was a couple years ago actually. So I was 30, early 30, like 32, 33, something like that. And that's when I went to Mexico for the first time, had fun out there. So I was like, had so much fun. A couple months later, I was like, fuck it, let me go to Tokyo. Went there for Thanksgiving. Cold as shit. Not gonna lie, at nighttime it was cold as fuck. So that's probably not the best time to go, but I still had a good time. No regrets. That was a great trip. And again, that added to my movie. Cause it's like, who don't want to see a nigga from St. Louis traveling the world just doing random shit? And I'm traveling solo. So wherever I go, it's not gonna be the same interactions that I have here with my homeboys in America. So I go overseas and I'm hanging out with a group of people. This is a group of people I never met before. Anything can happen. So this is a new group, new experiences, new conversations, new jokes coming, all that. It's a brand new perspective. So like I was saying, for 2 years, I'm planning this trip to Rio. And right now, what would make my movie better, I would say, is just saying, fuck it, hop on a plane, just set right to Rio and go have some fun out there. Now, granted, I'm still an adult, and that kind of hinders how good I can make this quote-unquote movie/life of mine, because I got responsibilities. I got grown-ass man responsibilities. So like, I still got bills and shit, even though I'm fucking homeless, which is gay as hell. But still got bills. And I'm on vacation only because I'm laid off and shit is slow right now. So I signed the books. I'm just waiting for a call for my next job. So I'm trying to save my cash. Like, even though I could just slap all this shit on a credit card and pay it off next month or some shit, because I doubt I'll be sitting for a whole month waiting for a job. But it would just be irresponsible for me to do that, especially when I just got my credit up. So Rio on hold was let's see, I was gonna take a short trip, just randomly go to Hawaii, because I saw tickets were like $300-$400 round trip. I was like, damn, that's cheap. But again, irresponsible. I should definitely save this money. Wait till I got a little. Now, granted, if I had my refund right now, I would have been left. I definitely at least would have went to Hawaii, maybe Rio too, honestly, for the amount I'm about to be getting back. So that's kind of putting a damper on things, but I'm starting to hate that I have to use being responsible as an excuse for why I can't have a more interesting life. And I don't even mean interesting as in fun. I just mean like, have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? When you get old, have some stories to tell for your grandkids. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to hear you fucking going to work every goddamn day. And then you're like, oh, then I decided to go to the gyms. Oh, got this Planet Fitness and blah, blah. Went there, half-ass worked out every day for a couple months, gave up. I did it every year for about 15 years, never really got in shape. Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit. That ain't a story you want to hear. It's not a movie you want to watch. So, make your life interesting. And you already know what you should be doing right now. And there's always a balance. So there's a balance between what you should be doing to make your life better, as in improving the quality of your life. And then there's a list of things that you want to do, as far as like bucket list things that would just make your life more exciting. And right now, you're probably not doing anything from either one of those lists. So it's like, pick one and do something. Like, you can alternate, go back and forth between each list. You know what I'm saying? Do one thing that's responsible, that'll push the plot forward at least in the movie, and then go over here to the other list, do something that's fun, that make people actually want to fucking watch the rest of the movie. Because again, this is gonna be catered to you since it's your life. So think about the kind of movies you like to watch. What's your favorite movie? Now compare your life to that movie. Like, would you watch that movie and the movie of your life back to back and equally like both of them? Probably not. Like, you probably doing the same shit everybody else doing. Like I said, your early life gonna be school all day, every day. You get a summer off. The summer gonna go by like this. All you gonna be doing during the summer, especially right now for a lot of y'all, if you young, you gonna be in the crib playing the game on social media. That's pretty much it. Then you going right back to school. Once you grown, you gonna go to work. And once you start working, like, ain't no fucking summertime off or unless you a teacher or some shit. Like, you just gonna be working all day, every day. And then every once in a while, you'll take like a week off for a vacation. Most of your vacations, you ain't gonna have no bread to go anywhere exciting. So you just gonna be at the crib, playing the game, on social media, chilling. So yeah, make the move that makes your life more exciting and do that shit today. Do it today. You ain't got time. You gonna die soon. Think about that every day. Just wake up and be like, damn, I'm about to die soon. Now, what do you have to do for the rest of the day? Knowing that in the back of your mind, you about to die. Make the movie exciting. That's all I gotta say.